and welcome to this daily market commentary for the 13th of January 2020, the beginning of a new week, and maybe some fresh focus in the markets. Friday saw a welcome distraction from the recent Middle East events in the form of US non-farm payroll data. Sadly, the numbers were not extreme enough to cause any major volatility, but at least it acted as a short-term distraction. This week, we'll see the signing of the Phase 1 trade agreement between the US and China. Hopefully, we'll get some clarity on exactly what that will entail. But to get Monday going, the markets are focused once again on Iran and their admission over the weekend that they did indeed shoot down the Ukrainian airliner, having mistaken it for an incoming missile. Maybe not surprising news to many of us, but the markets have reacted positively, seeing the admission as a further de-escalation of events. Some traders are even focusing on the negative reaction of many Iranians to their leadership after the initial denial of bringing the plane down as a positive also. So what does this mean for markets to begin the week? Well, in general, a positive start to proceedings with equities in Asia trading higher and dollar yen breaking strong resistance above 109.70 to head to an initial high of 109.92. Sterling, however, would open lower after the weekend on comments from several MPC members that they would cut rates if data did not improve. Sterling slipped from around 130.40 down to a low of the day, actually at 129.61 before finding some support. Elsewhere, euro dollar would be little change during Asian and European session from Friday's close, starting the day, the US day around 111.20. Aussie, Kiwi, and Canada would all be a couple of spreads stronger from Friday's close. The US day began with equities opening a little higher, the Dow Jones up around 30 points. For FX, it would be a continued but slow appreciation in yen crosses as dollar yen attempts to break the 110 level and euro yen rallies towards 122.40. Helping the overall theme of positivity is a headline stating the US will remove the currency manipulator tag from China prior to the signing of the Phase 1 trade deal. This is a big deal, as the US has long accused China of artificially weakening its currency, which has been met with much ire from Beijing. This should certainly appease the Chinese. So while not being the most volatile days, it's certainly a case of risk on as US equities close at their highs. The Dow Jones up 83 points, weighed on a little by Boeing, whilst the Nasdaq closes up over 1%. Dollar yen ends the day at 109.93 at its highs, and euro dollar at 111.38, with sterling recovering from its lows to end at 129.90. This puts euro yen at 122.43, just a couple of spreads off its highs on the day. All in all, a good start to the week. Question is, will it last? We shall see. Turning quickly to a little bit of a technical view, I'm going to take you back to a chart I sent last week, euro yen chart, an hourly euro yen chart. At the time I sent it to you, what I was really pointing out was this horizontal channel, if you like, a short-term horizontal channel with euro yen having formed a couple of double tops around 121.45 and also had a couple of lows at 120.17. So it kind of formed a little bit of a channel. And the point I was trying to make was not necessarily which way we're going to break, but when we break, we may get an uptick in momentum. And as you can see from this chart, this is exactly what we got, obviously to the top side. And today we traded up as high as 122.49. And as you can see, we're just closing here a couple of spreads off our highs. What I'm pointing out here is we've had a great move, but if you go back to December 27th, we have a high 122.50, and go back to December 13th, we have a high of 122.65. So we have a bit of a band of resistance lurking ahead of us, and actually you have to go back, which you can't see on this chart, but you have to go back to July of 2019 to find the last time we traded above 122.65. So whilst we've had a good rally, just keep in mind we do have some resistance ahead of us, which may at least stall the rally, if nothing else. But something to keep in mind as the week progresses. Hope you all had a good start to the week, and look forward to speaking to you tomorrow. Cheers.